Starting. You guys ready? Okay, and 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, Roll SK here from Bitter Old Goons Gaming. Welcome to BOGG Cast number 3. You're live with
D-Bag.
D-Bag.
And Style.
Yeah, we have Stool here in the studio. It's great.
Unfinished studio, hey?
You need to get some stuff up on your walls there.
You know, I'm going for the poor man look.
Oh yeah, that works too.
Yeah, you really do. You both need green screens.
Yeah.
I actually ordered one the other day, but yeah.
After I get the moved and stuff, I'll have that all set up.
Oh, I think we lost. Oh, there it is. Back. Lost Daryl's feed for a second there. So yeah, welcome to episode 3 of BOGG Cast. Let's start off with what we're playing here. D-Bag, what have you been playing the last couple of weeks?
I've been doing a little bit of Final Fantasy VII again. What the hell else was I playing? I haven't been gaming a whole bunch. Been busy with work and stuff, but I finished South Park: The Fractured But Whole. I think we talked about that last time. Dabbling in some GTA 5 still, but nothing's been grabbing my my attention lately. I don't know about you guys.
How was South Park?
It was fantastic. It wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. It was only about 20 hours.
Is it
so
better than the first one?
Absolutely. Combat's better. Story's better. Just waiting on some DLC now, I guess.
But only 20 hours long?
Yeah, that's what I got out of it anyways. So
20 hours, eh? That's not very
Seems
much.
like less. Was there side quests and stuff that you didn't do or could do still?
I think there is a few little things that I could do, but I'm just looking right now. I have 80% completion like for your achievements. So
Wow.
There's a few things I got to do yet. Like I got to find all the yaoi pictures and
Oh, dude, that's the first thing I did.
Because that's what you're right into. I know, it's funny. I still have to poop in every toilet. I'm missing. Yeah. Other than that, like did everything else. I beat the hell out of Morgan Freeman. Fun.
Oh, that's a spoiler.
Tougher than what you think, though.
Definitely a spoiler. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now, you sure it was Morgan Freeman, not just black guy?
No, it was Morgan Freeman. He's right in there.
Huh.
So, he runs Freeman's Tacos, right on that main street there. So
I gotcha.
Yeah, I think it was like a level 4 or something. I went in and tried to fight him, and yeah, I didn't. I was dead in like minutes.
Well, I mean,
but no, it's a good game.
It's God.
Good game.
He's God, so pretty understandable that he'd wipe you out pretty quick. Well, Style, what about you, man? What have you been playing?
A little bit of a mix, actually. I've been getting back into Final Fantasy 14 online. Played that for a few days. Been playing a bunch of Rocket League, Dota 2, Fortnite, PUBG, kind of a little mix of everything, but I'm excited to get back into Final Fantasy 14. It just takes forever to get anything done, so it's more of a stream for a few hours on the side. Not really a main game you want to play, but
so like, why is it so long to get into like full on gameplay? Like, what's the deal there?
It's a Final Fantasy game, right? So it's so story based. Like,
yeah.
Like there was probably, man, I don't know. I could go off on hours on how I got screwed over on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but I won't. But
you had some login issues, wasn't it?
Man, I had everything.
Well, you should tell us. Come on, it's a good story.
Yeah, that's why we're here, right?
Okay, so what happened was I had played Final Fantasy 14 originally on PC when it first came out back in 2012, I want to say. It was utter shit, right? They They made it free to play because it was so bad. They then turned off the servers and rebuilt the whole game. I picked up a PS4 around 2014, so I bought the game for that, separate copy of the game, and the new expansion, Heavensward. Enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. And then I decided now I have the PC and everything, I'm going to play it again. So I went to buy it on Steam. So I'm like, hey, everything can go through Steam. Let's do it. You know, all the expansions. There's 3 expansions now. I get everything through Steam, and I'll log in with my old character. Except if you had bought the original game through Square Enix with your character, you have to buy all the expansions through Square Enix. You can't buy the game through Steam and then the expansions through Square, or vice versa.
Oh, that's stupid. It should just be a key.
Yeah, exactly. So I spent about $80, maybe $90 on Steam, buying the game, then downloading 30 gigs, only to find out I can't log into my character.
Oh my God.
So then I hadn't used any of the keys, right? So I was able to get a refund, but then I had to go to Square Enix, download all the same everything again, another 30 gigs, and then I was able to play the game. So that's 60 gig, and I'm not like, you know, I don't have a huge connection out here, so it took about 4 hours each time.
I wish it only took me 4 hours to download 60 gigs. Fuck.
Yeah,
When
I
downloaded GTA 5, and it took, like, I'm gonna guess like 30 hours to download.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so that sucks.
That's too much.
Yeah, it is. It sucks. But that's what you get when you only have 10 down and 800K up.
That's true. Yeah,
yeah.
And then, so after all that, I think it was around midnight, the game actually finished downloading and I was able to log in. So I was super excited Friday.
Yeah.
To play it. Got up to play it. Realized I'm a paladin, so I need to have good gear in order to be a tank, especially if I want to do all the new content. I was still kind of having crappy armor from the last time, right? So I was like, I feel like I need to get to at least the level of where I'm able to continue on. So I figured out what the path forward was and spent about 7-8 hours farming, so dungeons and roulettes and duty roulettes and everything like that, farming these tomes of poetics or currency essentially to buy this armor. And then I saw that you could essentially buy level 60 and you get all of the armor.
Just get it for free. Not any effort.
I just fucking spent 7 hours farming for this goddamn armor, and then I unknowingly spent $20 to level my warrior to 60, because a whole nother side story as far as not realizing they took away skill sharing.
Well, there you have it, folks.
And
if you wonder why microtransactions work, it's because of Jeff. Guys like him.
Because you don't fucking read into it, right?
Yeah. You ruined it for all of us.
All day Friday.
I'm going to buy this 7 times. No big deal.
Yeah. So I had a lot of Thursday, Friday I had off, and I felt like all of it was wasted between all that random bullshit. It was terrible.
Awesome.
So
I love hearing stories like that.
Yeah. And then on Saturday, I realized when I had left the game last time, I thought I was done with Heavensward, but I realized I still had like 40 quest lines to get through just to get to the new expansion pack that I wanted to play. So in the end, I just bought the skip the cutscene shit.
Oh, Jesus.
But then it still took me 4 hours to go through all the cutscenes. So
oh my God,
watching fucking cutscenes for 4 hours. And then by the time I was ready to play, I just didn't want to anymore. So, yeah.
That's the one thing that I think Squeenix does badly, the non-skippable cutscenes in a lot of games.
Yeah, they were skippable, but at the same sense, I wanted to see the end of the story, kind of.
Yeah.
But it didn't. The shitty thing is, it would be, here's a quest. It actually, it's kind of nice when you do this whole skip everything. You get thrown into a library essentially, and there's a book in front of you, and you can see all the quests, and then it just gives you the cutscenes for them. But there could be 5 cutscenes per a quest, and it doesn't let you just auto play them.
Yeah.
It plays one cutscene, which could be 5 seconds long.
Oh,
Useless.
what a piece of shit game!
Then
It
it goes back,
makes
you
you
have to
play
click
the
on the next
content.
one.
Oh, that's awful.
Why? I want to pay to not play, right? So in any case, I spent 2.5 days just getting to the point where I'm ready to actually play it. And I don't want to play it.
I would have given up. I wouldn't have put the time in. I can't do it. It's too fucking much.
It was pretty frustrating. I haven't played it since then. I think it was Saturday.
You just rage quit, throw your keyboard across the room.
Oh, it was so bad.
But now it's just ready to start.
Well, yeah. That's like the South Park episode, the World of Warcraft one. It's like, well, now that we beat this guy, what do we do now? Oh, we can play the game. Like,
that's kind of what it felt like.
So what else? Final Fantasy? Anything else?
So Final Fantasy, Rocket League, I'm still just sort of grinding that out. Just sort of play it as a casual.
What is grinding out Rocket League?
You know, because the matches are only 5 minutes, it's nice to just, at the end of the day, it's 8:30, let's say, and I want to go to bed at 9, for example. Just pump out a few rounds of Rocket League for half an hour. It's pretty easy. Just sort of try to keep my diamond rank. That's about it.
How long did it take you to get to diamond?
Well, so I tried to calculate it because I don't have my PS4 anymore, so I can't tell. But when I had my PS4, I think it was something like 4,000 to 5,000 matches.
Holy!
Which is about 5 minutes each. I mean, not including overtime.
Yeah.
And on PC now, so I started over. Does it tell you what you have into it? Yeah. So I have about 54 hours into the new one.
Okay, so I just did some quick math here. That's just about 400 hours. God.
Yeah, and I mean, you throw in a couple overtimes and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's 500 hours. Like,
yeah, but that's just in match time. Like, that's not
exactly.
That's a lot of time to put in.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dota, I have 1,200 hours into it.
Seems
and that's Dota 2.
Seems like a lot.
The problem with is one match is usually an hour, right? So you can say 1,200 hours, you've had 1,200 matches. And I thought I was hot shit until I was playing with some other people that have like 3,000 matches.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, geez, you must be terrible if you're still at my level after 3,000 matches, right?
Hey guys, we got a request to introduce ourselves again in chat. We got some viewers that joined YouTube there. I'm Roll SK. Daryl.
I'm D-Bag, and this is Fancy. Says
Fancy.
I'm Style. Yeah.
Yeah, my real name is Mike.
Hi, Daryl.
And Style there was just talking about how he spent 1,200 hours in Dota 2.
It's a great game.
I've never played it. I just, if it's what's the hell is it anyway?
It's called a MOBA. It's a League of Legends, essentially.
Right? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I tried to get into League of Legends, but I like how more detailed Dota is. Like, it looks prettier, and the heroes are more detailed. It's not just I don't know. League of Legends seems kind of boring.
I tried Dota 2 for a little bit there.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. As soon as it got to like the, okay, well, you combine these 5 things with these other 2 things to make this one item, which you can then combine after like the 3rd round with this other item, but you can only use it when this other guy like goes invisible near this one thing. And I was like, fuck this game. I'm out.
Yeah,
cannot do.
After building this PC, I hadn't played it for probably 2-3 years, and I got into it, and I was the same way. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And they changed everything, the map and everything. So I was like, I don't know what to do anymore.
What, there's no longer like just 5? Is Overwatch worth buying? Well, they go 5 asks. I don't know. I never played it.
Yes. I don't even have it, but it's worth it.
Is Overwatch kind of the same deal as like Dota? Or
No, Overwatch is like a
No, it's a
first-person
yeah.
shooter, hero-based, squad-ish. I've never played it.
It's like CS:GO with heroes, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Team Fortress, but with heroes. Yeah. I don't know if you like that.
I'd say it's one of those games where once you know what's going on.
Why the podcast? Because we do a weekly podcast, so there's news to talk about. And yeah, I'll be doing.
There is news. So let's get to it.
I will be doing some Forza here eventually. I've been busy working on Arcade Machine. So Final Fantasy, Dota, Rocket League. So basically, with your top line,
Fortnite.
rocking hard ass PC, you're playing only one new game.
Fortnite.
It's overkill. Like, you can play that shit on a laptop.
And I've tried playing Golf It on my laptop, and that didn't work out too well.
We should do another Golf It on these nights.
We should.
Yeah, Golf was pretty fun.
Yeah. And yes, I know my head is very shiny. I can see that. Because you can. If I turn the lights up any brighter, you guys would go blind.
So should we talk about the big news?
Yeah, I guess unless I can talk about the games I've been playing, but sure.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. So,
well,
what have you been playing?
Just more of the same. Assassin's Creed Origins, Wolfenstein 2. I haven't touched for about a week because I understand there's only about 10 hours of gameplay. So, like two more sessions of that, that's done.
So, like $80 for a game that's 10 hours? That seems ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's the same as the first one. It's about the same. Well, and it's like, I don't know. I've been trying to avoid reviews and stuff because I just want to see what happens with it. But I'm already not super pumped. The gameplay's pretty fun, but the story's kind of lacking so far, kind of. It isn't yet, but I think it ends poorly. I just have to continue because there's a lot of ups and downs of the game that are very engaging. But I'll stream more of that this coming week here, and then I'll give more impressions when I've finished it. Assassin's Creed Origin looks like a game I could do like 300 hours in. It's so huge, and there's so many side things to do, man. Like, I played 4.5 hours straight the other day, and I got nothing done in the main quest. Wasn't bored at all for a second. More Mario Odyssey, because it's actually super fun. I don't know. It's just like a super refined, super fun Mario game. Very dark overall premise. And then, I got to get back into some racing games. So Dirt 4 and Forza Motorsport 7. And I'll be doing Forza on Friday for sure.
So why is Mario Odyssey darker? Like, what's the deal now?
Well, you're like possessing people with your hat.
Yeah.
You're taking over their body. It's kind of weird. Forcing them into doing things, sacrificing them to get like these power moons.
Okay, but like traditionally, I mean, Mario has always
been murdering things, but it's a little bit different to like zombify somebody and then walk them off a cliff versus just jumping on their head.
Well, okay, that's true. But I mean, look,
and again, like the princess, she's not trying real hard to get away. It kind of looks it looks pretty legit,
Maybe she's sick of Mario shit.
Well,
it's like this fucking guy can't ever do it right, can't ever save me 100%.
Yeah.
Next week he gets fucking kidnapped again. Come on.
And like Bowser's going through a lot of effort to set up a pretty nice wedding. He's got the best dress, the best ring, the best cake, the best food.
Maybe Bowser is the right choice for her.
She does. There's a couple times when you meet up with them, and like she's just sitting there holding the flowers. Best flowers you could get in the universe, but she kind of looks slightly concerned, but not necessarily for Mario. She ain't tied up. She's on the cage. She's just standing on the deck of the pimpin' ass ship.
Maybe she's got like Stockholm syndrome.
Well, I don't know, man. It seems like those two run away together quite a bit. And maybe Mario and his douchey Italian brother Luigi are always just trying to break up the party. Yo, bro. Hey. Yo, this is my girl.
Hey, ma.
Hey, it's my girl.
What if Princess Peach is actually the one like planning all of this? she goes to Bowser. It's like, "Hey, why don't you come and fucking
get me out of this
kidnap me?
life?
We'll fuck with Mario and
We'll run
She's
off."
like a stage 10 clinger who wants all the attention on her, right?
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I've been playing lately. And then, like, my off-time relaxing game is still Fight Night Round 3.
But that's an EA game, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, I made another fighter.
Wow.
I made him a giant white guy with a huge head and a tiny, tiny, tiny face. Oh,
Little Bits.
it's his name, Little Bits. Little Bits.
Awesome.
So yeah, the big gaming news. Hey, hell, half no fury. Then a gaming community scorned.
Okay, so let's like give me the explain it like I'm 5, like right from the beginning, because I saw some of it. I knew we were going to talk about it today. So, but like let's go over it from the beginning. Explain to me what the fuck happened.
Well, Battlefront. Is it called Battlefront?
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is coming out. And
No, it's already out.
well, yeah, but there's some advance copies for premium players that came out a day or something early.
Wasn't it a week early?
It was early. I don't know if it was a week or a few days or what, but it was a few days early at least.
Yeah.
And what people found is that you could purchase loot boxes and buffs that would basically unlock heroes in the game, which would normally take you 40 hours plus to grind out if you were to do it. So they basically said, like, you know, you bought the game to be Darth Vader, but by the way, Darth Vader, if you want to be him, well, you got to grind this out. By the way, you can only grind it out certain increments daily on a 24-hour timer. And if you want to just buy it, bro, it's only like $7. Just, just buy the Darth Vader, bro. And then from what I understand is people complained, and then EA said something dumb on Reddit. I don't know what specifically. Jeff, you want to?
Yeah, so they it's funny. So someone was complaining about it, saying just made a Reddit post saying, why is it a lockable, or why do I pay $80 for a game and I can't even play Darth Vader without either grinding it out for 40 hours or paying for it? And EA, in their wisdom, replied to it and said that they wanted people to have a sense of accomplishment for unlocking Darth Vader, which works great if you cannot buy him. If there was no pay to anything, it was just you have to grind to unlock, that makes sense. So basically they were saying, we wanted people to have a sense of accomplishment for unlocking him. We always strive to, listen to everybody, blah, blah, blah. And it just got absolutely demolished.
It got so big that CTV did a story on it.
Yeah, it's got an article from USA Today up here. I just threw up on the side.
So it was so bad that it was obviously getting a lot of attention on Reddit, and then started getting massive downvotes. When I looked at it, it was at minus 20,000-ish, and people were wondering if it was going to reach the number one worst,
it has
comment or whatever.
It did.
And then
mine 165, yeah, mine minus 700,000 or something now.
Yeah, last I checked, it was minus 630,000. It's probably more than that now.
What I'm reading is 683,000, but I mean that's obviously went down or up, whichever way you want to look at it, right?
So what the other thing that happened is, so all of this was happening, and then EA came out again and said, hold on, guys, we're listening to you. We're going to reduce the amount of, I guess, credits, let's say, to purchase Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, so forth, from 60,000 to, I believe it's 20,000. Okay, everyone's happy. Well, what they didn't tell everyone else was that they also reduced how much income you get. So
they just scaled it back. They didn't really make it cheaper.
Yeah, so that's the main campaign. From what I understand, if you
that's douchey.
if you finish it, you get you used to get 60,000 credits, or no, you used to get 20,000 credits, sorry. And that was enough to buy one character from the main campaign to use online. Now they've changed it so it costs 6,000 credits to get that guy, but you also only get 6,000 credits. So it, and then you do have the grind, like Mike mentioned. You can grind out the currency, but there is a 14. You can get, I think, 6,000 coins, and then there's a 14-hour wait period before you can get any more through the campaign.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, and so one thing they did fix, just to give them some credit, used to be online. If you go into a match and stand in a corner and do nothing, you get 200 credits. If you go in that same match and go on a killing screen, killing
screen.
Killing screen.
I know words are hard. I get it.
Killing streak, and you're the top player, you're doing everything, you're playing the objective, everything, you get 200 credits. So there was no motivation to actually do anything.
Go into the match and just stand around.
Yeah, so they've since changed it so the minimum is 200, and you do get rewards based on being better, essentially. But people are only reporting up to about 340 credits, so it still takes a while to farm what you need, right?
Yeah.
So the whole thing is kind of brought out a sore spot with everybody as far as paying to win, essentially.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of the pay to win.
No, and
lots of
for a game, and this is why I like Dota, right? Like, it's a free game.
Yeah.
You can play the game as it is. Nothing changes, but you can purchase visual upgrades. So if you want your hero to have a shiny sword or cool armor or whatever, you can do that. Yeah. Like, you can buy hats in Team Fortress. You can buy...
But it doesn't change the essential or, the core game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This was actually paying to have a core game mechanic change for the better for you, which is still terrible, because let's say you put in the 160 hours to grind out everybody.
Yeah.
All the heroes. And then tomorrow me goes and buys the game and drops money just to have everybody. Like, where's the sense of accomplishment there, right? And I'm the kind of guy to do that, so.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal. I think that's the way the game industry is going to go, though, because...
Well, you look at what Rockstar is doing right now. I just read an article. It was open GTA 5 today, and let's see what it says. Grand Theft Auto 5 publishers want microtransaction in all of their future games. So it's something we're never going to get away from now.
No,
you're gonna buy the game, and then if you want to win, you're gonna have to buy more shit in the game.
Red Dead Redemption probably gonna be, if you want a different horse, armored horse, if you want special weapons, if you want this, you want that, like. I just don't see an end to it. And something I read is it's kind of has the possibility where they're pretty smart. The companies are very smart. They're going to come out with what, let's say, EA did with Battlefront 2. Everyone gets outraged, and then they bring it back a little bit. So now maybe the unlocks don't cost as much, and the chests don't cost as much, and then everyone's okay with it.
Yeah,
because they brought it back, right? So then it's sort of a
It's kind of like how gas prices always were. It's like, holy fuck, it's $1.20 a liter, and then it goes down to $1.10. It's like, oh, it's not so bad again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think microtransactions are going to be the way of the future with games, unfortunately. But people keep buying them regardless, right? So
yeah, and that's the problem. Is as long as people are supporting it, it's going to continue, and they're making billions. And they have all kinds of arguments. They say, "Oh, we haven't changed the price of games and forever," and that's not true. It's still $60 US, but it's not really, because if you consider a game like Assassin's Creed Origin or any premium game, there's those different pay tiers, right? There's the $60, the $80, and the $100. And the $100
Absolutely.
premium season pass is the one that actually unlocks what we would have traditionally considered all normal game content. So yeah, the price of video games has inflated to roughly $100 US each for all of it. And then they add microtransactions to that mix. But it's a money grab that people are going to support, unfortunately. You know, and
yeah, and a big thing is, you know, parents. You know, we as gamers are, you know, outraged and everything. But come Christmas time, their kid wants Star Wars Battlefront. They're going to get it for whatever game console they have, right?
And a $100 Xbox Live card, which their
Yep.
parents are like, oh, let's keep little Jimmy on the internet for Xbox Live for a year. And he blows it all in like a week on just DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a terrible trend, but it's going to continue, unfortunately. I just hope they keep it like the aesthetic side, so the game is still there. Sure, pay for expansion packs, and then you can pay for extra visual crap on the side if you want to have a better experience, or, you know, whatever you feel with it.
Yeah,
just not changing the core mechanics. Right?
Don't make content and core mechanics behind a paywall.
Exactly.
You know, and then there's just earlier, you know, the Shadow of War outrage, because they put like XP boosts and other sort of currency boosts in that game, which isn't even online. This is a single player game, yeah.
That's not cool.
Same sort of deal where you can unlock certain weapons or ogres and shit like that. But to do it, you would need X amount of currency or XP, which, you know, you could totally do in game. But by the way, if you spend this amount of money, you get like a double XP for 24 hours. Ugh. Which is really weird in a single player non-online game.
Yeah, for a single player to have things like that,
it's unnecessary.
Well, it's like really, Forza Motorsport 7 has that shit. They're called mods, right? You know, and it's like a 15% currency boost for getting 3 perfect turns in a race. And the mod itself costs like 50,000 in-game credits, and the total currency boost you get in the usage is like 10,000. It's like, fucking how that's so retarded. Why would you even put that in the game? But they must assume that people are so fucking dumb at basic math that they can't figure out it's a ripoff. So of course you can buy loot boxes to get these mods in-game. And then, of course, you could buy all the cars, too. You know, of course, you could buy them in-game just by racing. But, you know, you can buy the DLC packs and things like that in Forza Motorsport 7.
True. Yeah.
I hate it.
I don't think I've seen it in Dirt 4 yet. I think that's all just in-game currency.
Yet. There's always that yet.
Yeah.
You know, like, once they realize that the other game developers realize that, holy fuck, we can make a shit ton of money off of this. They're going to start adding money.
Yeah, it's like apps or gaming apps, right? Like I read an article where they don't rely on, you know, 100% of their players to buy the in-app purchases or whatever. It all comes down to like maybe 10% that are making them all the money because they're sort of addicted to purchasing these chests, as it were, or whatever, to keep leveling up and getting new and unique items and armor and, or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, so that reminds me. There's a South Park episode about that exactly. Right, right, where Terrence and Phillip make a Terrence and Phillip mobile app game that's complete garbage, and they have this video, which I'm gonna play right now.
Hot girls, you're hot. Drink more. Expensive cars, ass, drink, ass, money. You in a tuxedo. Threesome, vodka, pussy. Drink, drink, drink. You drink Vegas, fun, pussy. You in a tuxedo. This girl, vodka, drink, 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 drink it all. You pussy. More tuxedos, more cars, more pussy, more vodka. Drink, drink, drink. Please drink responsibly.
You guys know that commercial? It's like drink, 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 pussy, drink, hot chicks, drink, 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 drink more vodka, drink, drink, drink. Look at the hot chicks, drink, drink, drink. Please drink responsibly. You know, like alcohol companies don't rely on the average Joe who has a couple of drinks a week. They rely upon the 1% that go to the beer store every day.
True.
It's an addiction feeding thing that they're preying on. It's just, you know, and it's the same argument like, oh well, they want it, they're buying it, get what they want. We're just putting it out there. Hey, if it's so bad, they wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
But you know, there's people that take this shit pretty seriously and they fucking go for it.
And I've been there before. You know, you get addicted to. That's why I sold my last computer. I got home at 4:30 or whatever, and I would come downstairs and go on my computer and play whatever it was until midnight, and then go back upstairs and go to bed, which doesn't work out so well when you have a wife.
I'm sure she really appreciated it.
Yeah, no, not really, no. So with this one, and you know, obviously I have 2 new computers now. It's more
I'm sure she really
structured, I guess, is my time, and that's for myself. But it is super addicting, you know. If you sit back and, you know, just want to play video games, or just want to drink, or just want to do this or that, you'll make it work. And it, you know, people have those personalities that kind of get stuck on something, right?
Yep.
And that's who they feed off of. So
Speaking of which, I will be drinking and playing video games after the stream. Is anybody streaming tonight?
Yep. I wasn't planning on it. I got some food prep I got to do.
I was gonna play some Final Fantasy, but I think I might just do that on the side.
Is anybody streaming tonight? I was thinking about maybe doing more fight nights.
I got it.
Busting out
Prep I got to do.
little bits. I made him just a monster. I got really good at that game. I played it through to completion, and I'm like, new boxer time. I've been
we were talking about this. Like, why hasn't there been new boxing games for any platform out in the last couple of years?
I don't know. You know, I had one of our viewers who was a fan of the Fight Nights round 2 and 3, and also ended up playing like 4 and a few others after that. And he said it just got worse. Like, the control wasn't as satisfying, the gameplay worse. You know, and I've seen that, like, I used to play NHL, and he said it just got worse.
Yep.
EA Sports, it's in the game. Like, I used to enjoy playing NHL hockey, EA Sports, on the PC back in the early 2000s. Well, earlier than
they were like late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s. Like, my favorite was 97. But, like, 98 and then 99, they started just making it overly complicated. They started adding stuff like, okay, so now you have to select the height of your stick when you're taking the shot, and you have to align a certain shoulder to do a check. Like, if you fucking hit the wrong side of the stick towards the guy you were checking into the boards, you wouldn't fucking check him and stuff. And it was like,
yeah,
okay, and now deking is manual. Like, I just couldn't. I just hung it up. Yeah, I suspect that's probably what happened with the boxing games too. They just made them so getting complicated that nobody enjoyed them anymore.
But you know, there's a new UFC game, like UFC 3 is dropping. That's, I think, another EA game. So I guess if somebody wants their combat sport fix in game, there is that option. But you know, not everybody likes watching UFC or playing it.
Yeah, and with the UFC, the new one coming out, you have to pay $3.99 to unlock Conor McGregor. So,
yeah, there's EA.
That's a fucking insult to Conor McGregor. Tell you what, he's at least a $9.99 fighter.
Yeah,
got to keep it within, you know, a certain amount, or they'll start with $10 and then they'll drop it down to $5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or it
be a Conor McGregor Christmas sale.
yeah.
There's a random chance he'll show up to one of your other matches and storm the ring. And...
yeah, show up at a competitor's fight.
Yeah.
You get like a DLC 10 fighter pack, but like random chance 2 of them will fail a drug test. So you don't get them. Oh shit!
Or won't make weight. Or...
Oh, I got John Jones. Oh, I don't have John Jones.
It's funny because he does drugs.
Yeah, I think I heard on Rogan that one of the theories is that he was snorting coke that was laced with creatine, which might have had like steroids in it.
Wow.
Oh wow, is right.
So just to hop back on the EA hate train for a second.
I'm always on that train. I've hated EA for forever.
They so all of this happens within the last couple of days, right?
Yeah.
What do you think their answer was to people starting to cancel their pre-orders?
Well, I thought they dropped the price of the in-game content.
Well, people are so outraged that they started to obviously
Oh yeah, I read this.
take away they started to cancel their pre-orders or want a refund for the game if that already came through. So when you went to the website to get a refund, they actually took the refund button away and instead put a phone number in there. So you had to call the EA customer support.
Oh, and people are lazy. They're not going to do that.
Stay on hold for an hour roughly.
Yeah.
Just to get a refund. So I think that's kind of shows where kind of how shady they are as far as, I mean, I can understand from a business perspective. You want to stop the bleeding.
Damage
right?
control. We promised Disney $1.5 million per month.
Yeah.
You know what this license costs us? Oh my God.
Yeah. And you know, how many of these people that are refunding are just hopping on a train as far as, you know, oh, I want to be cool like those guys, or I'm not really going to play it anyways. I'm just going to refund it.
Well, if they're
and if you throw that roadblock in front of having to call somebody to do it, they're less likely to do it.
Well, yeah, but I think there's also like a lot of people that in general were on the fence already because the first Battlefront was kind of crappy.
I own it and it's garbage.
You know, and they're like,
there's like
really
3 hours of gameplay in it. Yeah.
Like, well, you know, maybe fuck it, you know, straw. Like,
well, I've heard the game is good. Like the visuals are great, the mechanics are good, and then it just sort of came out about the whole, you know, pay to win aspect, and that's sort of where people started freaking out about it. But I haven't played it myself, so I don't know for sure.
Is it still DICE?
I believe so, yeah.
And DICE? Yep. Well, they should have fucking taken the model from, you know, Battlefield games and just, like, made modifications for guns that you unlock a little bit at a time.
Well, the new one has the all-hero mode, which is what everyone wants to play. Like, why do you want to play as a stormtrooper running around?
Maybe you start off as Darth Vader at the end of the fight with Obi-Wan. Then, like, you can unlock legs. Unlock arms. Unlock like a cape later.
No, it starts as a bathrobe on the floor. That's all you run around as.
But you're just like stumpy fried Anakin to begin with.
No, see the thing with the Anakin is when you're playing as Obi-Wan Kenobi, you can purchase the High Ground DLC.
Please tell me that's a real thing because that's fucking funny.
Oh my God.
There was a meme about it already, so I just
so it's not even your own joke.
Give up, Anakin. I have bought the High Ground DLC.
Okay, so speaking of Star Wars, are you guys going to go see the new Star Wars in theater? Yes. I am as well, and I bought tickets already.
Really? They're out already?
Oh, yeah. Like 2 months ago.
Wow.
So
nope.
No,
so I guess I won't be seeing it probably for 2 months until tickets are available again.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, sir.
No, I'm super excited about. They're just doing so well.
It's very cool.
They asked the director who did this one coming out to do the next 3, so I think they think it's absolutely amazing. So
I'm super excited to see a different set of characters in the same story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not the same story, but, you know, like in the same universe. Because there's tons of shit that would go on, right? So
of course.
You know what you guys sound like right now?
Very cool.
What?
Very cool.
Normal people?
Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
What do we sound like, Mike?
Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
I'm playing that Nerd Crew thing for Red Letter Meter. They're very, very cool.
I can't hear it.
It's very cool.
Very cool.
It's very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Oh man, there's actual seats ready for Friday, December 15th. I wonder if I should just grab them.
Oh God, you guys are the worst.
I mean, to be fair, Mike, what did you dress up as for Halloween one year?
Yeah. Princess fucking Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was on a gag. It wasn't because I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Wig and the full everything. Didn't
The
shave
bikini,
anything.
it was weird.
You guys know the last movie of this last Star Wars movie I saw in theaters?
It was me, you, and Mandrell. We went to see episode 3. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that would have been it. Yeah,
Yeah. So like 100 years ago.
literally 100 years ago. I cannot support this whole cinematic universe bullshit.
Oh man.
No, it's just more tripe and garbage that's very shiny, but it's like it's not really artistic. It's just more raw, produced entertainment, serialized to fucking rake in dough, and it's gonna be one every goddamn 2 years, and every year, there's gonna be a spin-off of some bullshit. Like, get to find out.
Han Solo's next.
Yeah, great. You can't wait to hear about how his parents were killed and it turned him on a craft. Fucking, I don't give a shit. And for some reason, he's still wearing tan pants and a leather vest when he's 12.
I'm actually more excited about the standalone films. Like
Rogue One was awesome.
Oh,
Amazing.
so dumb.
Yeah. Why was it dumb?
You're dumb.
This is, oh god.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me get this straight. The fucking scientist who's running the whole thing, like, is so poorly supervised that even though he was, like, abducted and his family killed by the Empire and he was under lock and key, they, like, just, like, fucking let him work in this very obvious fucking flaw into the Death Star? Are you shitting me? The Empire is so fucking incompetent. There's a great YouTube video about that. Like the dumbest alien civilization, or the alien civilization's too dumb to exist, and they're one of them. No, I don't buy it. That freaking.
Tell me how you really feel, Mike.
Yeah, you sound really bitter over there.
No, I feel like what happened is like somebody took the original 3 Star Wars movies and like just maybe like a percent of the even worse 1 through 3, the prequels. Don't forget how horrible those were, and don't let the top 10 reasons why they don't suck type of fucking clickbait convince you that they didn't suck, because they most assuredly did fucking suck. And then
episode 1 and 2 did suck. I didn't mind episode 3.
Episode 3 was at least darker, so it had something to redeem it.
Well, I don't know. It was just the way they wrapped it up was kind of dumb in the end. They're just like, okay, everything to its fucking places, and everybody sits there for the next 20 years. Like, immediately to the goddamn jungle with you, Yoda, and immediately to the fucking desert planet with you, fucking Luke. And here you sit for 20 years. Nothing happens until fucking episode 3, which now they're gonna.
Luke kind of had to grow up, you know. I mean, but there's more shit that happened. I mean, that's like what the Clone Wars was. No, that was in.
No, it just seems like they fucking try to wrap it up a little bit too tidily at the end of that. It felt a little bit rushed. It's fine. But, you know, George Lucas had written ideas for movies 7, 8, 9, and Disney rejected all of them. And then just said, like, you're an art consultant at this point only. And everything has been rewritten from that point on. And the new movies and spin-offs feel like
Disney.
Okay, The Force Awakens. That was a reboot. It wasn't even a new movie. It was just a straight up reboot. With some member berries dangled out there to keep your fucking dick hard. It was a joke. It was pretty, but it's fucking.
Yeah, like The Force Awakens was a
Daisy
great
Ridley
movie.
was hot.
I watched it twice, but it was in like a shot for shot remake of the old ones, right? Like, as soon as they said, oh, you know, they have this huge weapon and, you know, it's a planet killer.
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't make it a fucking sphere. Like,
all
things.
It's a slightly larger Death Star.
It's a slightly larger Death Star.
That inexplicably
a defeated empire,
a defeated empire somehow managed to cobble together in like a 15-year period. Somehow. And
Somehow.
yeah, somehow an entire fucking planet-sized gun. You know how many contractors, subcontractors, tradespeople, their families, fucking space food trucks, fucking space safety glass manufacturers, space gloves manufacturers, space safety officers, and goddamn space bunk beds you need to support a construction thing on that scale, and the so far like defeated empire and the new goddamn not empire.
The new order. The new order. What it is.
Sure. But like what how does that go missed? Like nobody's like, oh, looks like there's a couple solar systems worth of fucking minerals just disappeared over there. And like 30% of all of our skilled tradespeople disappeared this year. Anybody, any ideas?
It's just a movie, Mike. Just calm down. You're getting a little worked up over
It's
there.
like
It happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I think Johnny's trying to talk, but I can't hear him.
He sounds like Ryan.
Star Wars.
Like what's the LinkedIn posting? Large corporations seeking skilled weapons industrial technicians for large scale project relocation paid.
Extremely large scale. Extremely large scale. Like, come on, let's be serious here.
Conditions and details apply. Inquire within.
Must sign an NDA.
The worst part is it probably needs 10 years experience of building other similar things.
Which there would be
That was the
lots
first
of
fucking one.
people fucking unemployed after the first, or maybe not, because maybe they're on it. Like you think at the end of The Empire Strikes Back or whatever, or the end of the Return of the Jedi, like
When they built up the second Death Star.
yeah, which was currently being built. How many tens of thousands of innocent technicians and engineers and tradespeople were on that thing fucking welding away? And like, you guys see those lights floating out there?
Yeah, what's happening here?
Are those fucking lasers? Oh,
It's a moon.
oh, don't
it's a
worry,
moon.
don't worry. You guys read the fucking orientation. There's a big shield around this thing. We're totally fine. It's powered by that moon over there.
It's powered by those teddy bears down there.
You guys see that flash down there? Oh fuck. Burp, burp, burp. Oh goddamn. Yeah, like the Empire did nothing wrong. I believe that.
So I like the theory that Jar Jar Binks was actually a Darth like Jedi, like a bad guy.
Like in the new one? Like
So in the first episode, there's a lot of
Man, you're right. He actually really used indirect, very subtle ways to bring down an entire empire that was George Lucas and Lucasfilms.
like he.
Wow, that's pretty good,
You watch all
Jeff.
the scenes with him. You watch all the scenes with him, and there's never gets hurt. He all these like weird lucky things always happens to him, and I don't have all the theory behind me as far as in my head, but it's pretty interesting theory. And
so you're saying that Jar Jar Binks was a Sith,
and it was supposed to be in the second one, and then the backlash with Jar Jar Binks after the first episode was so big that he was forced to scrap it.
Well, they didn't
as
learn
far
shit.
as-
Because from what I see, they put some other little fucking old cute bullshit in the new one.
That's a little robot.
Yeah, it'll be plenty of little robots. I'm sure you'll be able to buy them on the shelves in dozens.
Oh wow.
So yeah, you're going
What?
I'm going
to the movie.
Worst gaming
I just-
podcast ever.
I just bought the ticket, so
I can't remember which. I think I'm taking my niece and nephew. We're going on Sunday that weekend.
I'll be on Saturday, so I'll make sure to
Yeah.
spoil it for you.
Oh, perfect.
And
Somebody.
Hey, pro tip: Darth Vader dies.
here's what's going to happen. It's going to start.
Carrie Fisher already died, so
Yeah.
It's going to be exactly like The Empire Strikes Back. In like almost shot per shot, but with some new characters thrown in.
but it's gonna have Daisy Ridley in it, so I mean that's a win right there, right?
Yeah, You know, so just like Luke Skywalker went to the Dagobah system to train with Yoda, she's going to go hang out with Luke on whatever shit planet that is, probably New Zealand. Or Ireland.
She's gonna go train with the orcs? That's weird.
And you know, the Empire is going to be all pissy and shit down the rebels' throats for the episode, and at the end, there's probably going to be some badass Jedis that were not so badass at the beginning, which will set up for another movie. And then we'll be introduced to a bunch of other bullshit characters that will get other spin-off movies in the meantime that I don't care about. I just... You know, you guys, that floating trash island in the ocean?
Just back away, Mike.
That floating trash island in the ocean is like 30% Star Wars fucking toys. It just doesn't end. Like 40 years. Just back away.
I think this is the last time we talk about Star Wars on the podcast.
Yeah.
Mike's getting a little worked up.
A little bit.
Well, if you do a podcast without Mike, you can talk about it.
Oh, that's true. That's very true, Johnny. Well, did you get your shit figured out or what?
Well, I'm just on a phone here. Trick and I are in the car.
Yeah, they're driving.
Oh, where are you driving?
To pick up a car and go get another car. You know, adult stuff.
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
Just back away.
So let's talk about games.
Yeah. Let's back on topic here.
Is there any games coming out in, let's say, the next month or two?
Yeah, what's going on
excited for?
The only thing I'm looking forward to is the new Far Cry that's coming out, I think, in February. Far
Cry that teaches you to hate redneck American white people.
Apparently, something you guys are in. PUBG is up for Game of the Year, but it's not even a full game yet. I don't know even.
Yeah, it's still in beta. Is it alpha or beta?
It must be, but still, it's not a full completed game. So why is it
up against like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Mario Odyssey, I believe,
and Persona 5, which I've never even heard of, and Horizon Zero Dawn, whatever the fuck that is.
Zelda better win.
I would think.
It has to.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
But it came out in December 2016.
Still part of the Game of the Year.
Yeah. It probably goes from like December to December or whatever.
Or, December, November maybe, just to capture all of the
Christmas
stuff, just so they don't have to rush to review it when it does come out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. There's lots of good choices there. Oh, thanks for bringing a frozen ball into the room there, Bean. What else would be good for Game of the Year this year? We could probably go through the nominations list here.
I'm looking at it right now. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, PUBG, Persona 5.
Really, Mario
Horizon
Odyssey, eh? Wolfenstein 2, I don't think is going to win. The Cuphead game should probably win. That one was a pretty dynamite out of the park hit. That came out of nowhere. Everybody likes an underdog. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, like... You know, it's so similar to the first one. It's not grabbing me the same. Maybe it's because I played the first two recently. PUBG is in there, as mentioned, and it should be. It's sold 20 million copies.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not finished.
Yeah, on the RPG front, boy,
Not
there's a lot on the RPG front. That's good, though. Fractured Butthole is probably not going to win because it's too similar to the first. Divinity Original Sin 2, I've heard a lot of good things. Nier Automata was very popular. I never played it, but I heard it was very good.
What was that one?
The Nier Automata. You play like a robot in the future. It's like sort of a dystopian future, but it's like one of those games where you play through it 4 times. There's 4 different endings, each sort of more twisted than the first. Destiny 2, Call of Duty War 2, Fortnite, best multiplayer. Yeah, I think PUBG's got this one in the bag.
I think Zelda will beat it out. There's too many issues with PUBG which is why I like playing Fortnite. It's a more rounded game than PUBG ever will be.
I'm really surprised that it's still in there. Breath of the Wild.
Maybe now that PUBG, they were focused on getting it ready for the Xbox launch. So now that they've finished that, maybe they'll actually go back and start fixing the game, which is sort of needed at this point.
Yeah, I guess could be. Anybody played?
But
you played a bunch of Fortnite. What's it like?
I love it. I played a little bit of PUBG. I mean, I've watched a lot of people playing PUBG, so I kind of understand it already. And then I played Fortnite, and my God, it is such a better game, in my opinion. It's just more fun. The only thing I don't like about it is there's things I like about it, things I don't, and things, you know, if you mix and match between the two
Be
games.
right back. Just gotta put wood on fire and grab a beer.
Sure.
Fine.
So with PUBG, you jump out of the plane, you parachute to a building, and you hope that there's something there, right?
Yeah.
Could be an amazing weapon, could be a crap weapon. You don't know. I played around a PUBG where I dropped into a village and I went through the whole goddamn village and never found anything more than a pistol. And that's just the way it is. Fortnite, there's buildings everywhere, and every single building is likely to have some sort of weapon. So no matter what, a few buildings later, you're going to have a full arsenal. The problem with Fortnite is that there's tiers to the weapons. So it's a random tier situation where if you drop into an area and someone else drops in another area, they may get a gold sniper rifle, for example.
Yeah.
And you go on and kill 3 people, and you're only ever going to get blues. You don't know until you run around and try and find it as much as you can. So it sort of takes away from the skill aspect or its random aspect. Because you could be the best player, but if someone catches you off guard with a gold weapon and one shots you, it's not very fun. Whereas, and that's where PUBG comes in, where every weapon is the same.
There's just the little modifications and all that stuff.
Cool.
Very
cool.
Yeah, well, Johnny Rockets, it happened to me, and you got to watch it. So, the other thing with Fortnite is it's a smaller map, so you can actually run from one side to the other within the time period of it closing the circle in.
Yeah.
With PUBG, it's such a huge map. You need a vehicle to get to across the map if the circle is over there. And it also means that you can go 25 minutes without seeing somebody. Whereas Fortnite, you're pretty much always in the battle.
Okay.
One thing they added actually recently was... yeah, whatever, Johnny. It's, they added in some stuff into Fortnite where you can be a bush. So
what?
It's like a camouflage almost, but it looks like a real bush. And when I first came back after they updated this and started playing, I walked right by a guy who was just sitting there looking like a bush and got demolished. And then he started running, but he stayed as a bush. So
they're just a running bush running across
a running bush. So it used to be, you could, jump up in the air and swing around as fast as you can, and you can kind of tell if someone's there or not. Now you actually have to
hilarious.
sit there and look around.
That's GMOs for you right there.
Yeah. So they're changing Fortnite a little bit, and I'm not sure if it's for the better. So there's brand new games, so it's hard to see what their direction is. I think PUBG would probably beat it out if they just fixed a few things.
I'll maybe consider one of them when PUBG when it's finished.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it now. I just can't do it.
No, and it's not even a question of little things that aren't finished with PUBG. It's It's not registering when you shoot somebody, like up
Oh.
close.
Yeah,
There's like
hitbox issues.
the hitbox.
Yeah, like it's things like that are the actual game breaking. And when they had a tournament, and there was a lot of outrage. Like, how can you have a tournament with a game that's broken?
Shut up! It's great. Everybody buy it.
Yeah, there's a chance that you can load into a game and not have any buildings load, but you can still drive through them if they don't load. So if you're driving along and there's a guy hiding in a house, you just see a guy in the middle of a field, you can drive over him and run him over and kill him, and he just sees a fucking truck going through the building. Like, there's a couple streamers that had that happen, and they got banned for it.
For a broken game.
For a broken game, yep.
That seems about right. That's kind of the way the gaming industry is going, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah, it's like the journalism. People don't bother, fact checking stories. They just produce stuff before they checked it, make sure it's correct. Same with games, just like, it's hot. Let's push it out. We'll fix it later.
Yeah.
We'll fix it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when you get like the 3 gig fucking updates every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, like No Man's Sky is a good example of that.
Oh yeah.
Is that still a thing? Like, is that game? Does it even exist?
Apparently, they're still working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's
then what?
updated to the point where it's decent. Apparently.
Yeah.
So why did they release it when they did that? Because they're stupid.
They what was it? They were linked with some sort of launch. Xbox, was it maybe?
Probably the one, not the One X, the One S or whatever the fuck it was.
Something they were in something with one of like a big launch, and they were sort of tied to the date.
Oh, okay.
So he had to launch it regardless. But yeah, I have heard recently that they are still releasing patches, and they are actually making good on the promises he originally had to make it better. Probably in 5 years, if they keep fixing it, it'll probably be a pretty epic game, but I don't know about that.
Okay, well.
PS4 launch. Yeah, that's what it was.
So, what else? Gaming news? Anything else come to mind, guys? I really got nothing. There's not really anything to like look forward to on the Switch. Like,
but there's talk of a new Metroid game on the Switch, but I mean, when's that coming? Like, probably.
Rocket League just launched on Switch.
So did Doom.
Nice.
Great. I've owned both for years.
God, are you bitter sometimes?
Yeah, and Skyrim on the Switch too. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Actually, I just read.
I bet you.
I read something.
Go ahead.
No, it's on about Skyrim. Bethesda just blocked a co-op multiplayer Skyrim mod from being released on Steam.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Well, maybe they'll put it in their paid mod store.
Well, because they have an MMO that they want you to that nobody plays.
Yeah.
I remember when is it Elder Scrolls, the online one? I don't even know anymore.
I never played any.
Elder Scrolls Online, yeah.
Yeah, so when that first came out, everyone was like, "Oh my god, Skyrim, but online." And no, it was total shit. I remember I checked it out for an online, and I think I got to level 3, and then I just left because it was terrible.
Now nothing's going to top Star Wars Galaxy. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. How's your Elite Dangerous going?
Oh, I haven't been playing the last couple of weeks. I got to do just a bunch of grinding in it. And like there's some alien stuff going on, but it's not super interesting for me. I don't know. There's alien ships now. You could fight them if you want, not fight them if you don't want.
Didn't we talk about that last podcast about this weird ass alien race that was?
Yeah, the Thargoids.
Yeah.
I don't know. They introduced a new one this week called the Basilisk, which is supposed to be like a tougher version of them. It's a slightly darker color with green lights instead of fucking red. Ooh, it's black instead of brown. Ooh, tougher, bigger. And like a day later, there's already videos on the internet of like people killing it. So it's just like, I don't know, man. It's hard to feel engaged in that game with the whole alien thing going on because it doesn't seem to be affecting anything really in the game. Like you just do whatever you want, fly around, mine shit, blow things up. Who cares? Make money.
So it'd be better to play EVE Online then?
I don't think they're really comparable. I haven't played EVE Online in like 5 years, so I couldn't even say. I think Elite Dangerous is still quite beautiful, but just waiting for a little more content to get like a little more into it. You know, atmospheric landings, more interaction in the bases, which is supposed to be coming out with fairly soon. You know, they're still updating it, so that's good. Lots of people are playing it. It's on PS4 and Xbox now, so they've added like more players to it for sure. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I go through spells. I'm just not into that game. I'd rather play driving games or play Assassin's Creed Origins. That game is fucking super sweet and fun, pretty, and all, and then like just generally pleasing to play. You know, like I sat down to play a couple hours of it, then it's like 4.5 hours later. Oh, gotta go to bed, but I'm still not bored.
Yeah, good point, Johnny. What's happening with Star Citizen?
What's happening with Star Citizen?
Yeah.
It's still under development.
That's
talk
been
about a game that has unlimited money and still hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I think they're edging up on 200 million. But, you know, there's still releasing
300.
It might be 300 this. It was like last time checked, it's about 190. And
It's good.
they're still developing it. I don't know, it's very ambitious. But they're not quite at the point where I can get in my ship and fly it on my goddamn space dock, you know?
That's sort of like, you know, okay, we shit on PUBG for being crap in a beta and having tournaments in a beta, but it's still a playable game. Whereas Star Citizen, you have what you can see ships in your hangar, and that's about it, as far as I know.
Yeah, and you can walk around on some bases separately.
Yeah, like that's been a long time.
And they're doing voice acting and other
3 years.
Well, longer than that.
Well, in 2014, it got a Guinness.
Man. For the longest game, it's they got millions of dollars, and you know it's still under development. I don't know.
Oh, it began in 2011.
Yeah, dude.
It was supposed to be released in 2014.
Yep.
And then
that's
said,
terrible.
No guys. Sorry, we're gonna release it 2015.
And they're like, well, we just keep expanding the scope of the game.
Yeah.
Well, why expand it when it's not finished? Finish what you fucking got.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
I think it's at the point where whatever they do release, nobody's gonna be happy.
Well, and
Nobody's ever
there's
happy
some
about anything
conspiracy
anymore.
theories and stuff like that about them just pocketing the money and throwing parties and things like that. People have been fired and come out and said stuff. I don't know. Game's not done.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
You know, just make the goddamn game.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds interesting if it works. But
like we're talking almost 7 years in development.
Yeah.
A new engine has likely come out since then. I know they were building their own, but you know what I mean? Like that's the life cycle of an engine nowadays, right?
Yeah.
EA, for the shit that they do, comes out with a new game every 2 years with the same title. So
yeah, it's pretty
know.
brutal. Oh, there's John defending him. God, what a cock.
Yep, John Wood. What a douche.
Fucking John.
Cock. The cock.
Yep. Yep. He's probably donated how much money to them?
Oh, too much.
He jerks off in the cockpit of his rocket.
I have a buddy who actually spent quite a bit of money. He's pretty bitter. And it's not Johnny Rockets.
Is it you, Mike?
No, it's not me. Oh, I spent 45.
I wanted to, and then I was like, they have a lot of money. They can finish this game, and then I'll buy it full price or whatever it is when it comes out.
Yep.
And I think that's probably the
Bro,
right
you didn't get the
choice.
fish tank for your hangar.
Oh boy.
Well, boys, what do you say we wrap her up here?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay, well, I'm Roll SK.
And then D-Bag.
And I'm Style or Stool.
Yeah, and this has been BOGG Cast number 3. Hell hath no fury. Damn EA in their conniving, money-grabbing ways. Well,
Fuck you, EA.
the only way to support that is to not to buy the game. Not the microtransactions, but the actual game to begin with. So yeah, we'll be back with something new pretty soon here.
You're gonna be streaming right away here, Roll?
Nah, dude, I'm gonna crash out. I'm tired. Why don't you go ahead and do some Final Fantasy?
Okay, we'll see if I want to.
Cool. Okay, well,
I'll stream something regardless.
right on.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see everybody later. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Thank you.